Listen up, miners. I gotta ask, what mining pool do you have your ASICs on? Now the bigger question, why? Reliability, security, profitability, and uptime are must-haves for serious crypto miners. All reasons why I've been running my new Bitcoin, Kaspa, and script miners on ViaBTC.com. ViaBTC.com has a unique, one-of-a-kind mining mechanism called smart mining, which unlocks higher returns for Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash miners. In addition, what sets ViaBTC.com apart is their hourly payouts, auto withdrawal, and conversion system, which I gotta say is super convenient. Go check out ViaBTC.com today via the link in today's video description and tell them the Hobbyist Miner sent you.
Hello, my name's the Hobbyist Miner, and I'm addicted to mining hardware. What is going on, miners, and welcome back to the Hobbyist Miner channel. Well, I love crypto mining hardware, and I know you guys do too. And whether it's ASICs or it's GPUs, I find myself bouncing from one to the other. While I was building my crypto mining shed for my ASICs at the other property, I was all about ASICs. And now that we're back home here, focusing more on my home shed and revamping that, all I can think about is GPU mining. Let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, so we have a few GPUs here. What do you guys think? So it's not the most in the world. Some of you guys as home miners have 10 times more of this, and others of you guys have one 6-card rig. But this is all of my GPUs that I currently own. I'm in the process of kind of doing a self-evaluation and kind of deciding, what do I keep? What do I sell? What do I box up to sell in the next bull run? What do I sell now? What do I get up and mining right now in the current moment, end of October, stepping into November? And there's a decent amount of GPUs here. How many, you say? Well, in total, there's about 82 graphics cards sitting here on the floor. And 82 sounds like a lot, and it really is. I got most of these in the last year. I didn't have all of these during the last bull run. I was still growing. I mean, I only got my first 8GB graphics card just, I don't know, 6 months before the Ethereum merge. Most of my graphics cards were 4GB cards, and now, well, none of these are actually. Over here, we have all of our server cases. A variety of different ones. They're pretty dang dirty. I emptied all of them, got them all over here. I haven't cleaned any of the graphics cards or any of the server cases yet. And, you know, we have a variety. We have the Octominer X8 Ultra, the original Polo miner. We have a Miner Dude Extreme, which is an X8 pretty much. Another Octominer X8, another Polo miner. Then we have this guy here. This is one of the newer ones. The VTRETU. Those are those $350 ones off Amazon. I've loved it. I loved it enough that I actually bought another one sitting over here. It actually hasn't even been used yet. Yep, there it is right there. I'm excited to go ahead and get some GPUs in that. I have my Octominer X12. I got that during the last bull run. I really wish I would have got an X8 because it's such an odd size. It doesn't fit anywhere good at all. This guy here, we actually have 8 6700 XTs in there. I just got that in. I bought those from Hawk Crypto Mining. They're the XFX cards. They're fully wrapped up because we're going to be doing an unboxing video on it and a setup and configuration video on it. That does have a Polo miner in it as well. So it's a Polo miner and 8 of the 6700 XTs. Those are actually going to be my most powerful graphics cards at 12GB each. So I'm really excited about that. It's insane how far we've come. And how far is it? Well, I'll be honest with you. I've been in the game for about 3 years now, a little less. And this is where I was most of that time in the very beginning. This is some of your lower end cards, 1060s, 584GB cards, 470s, 570 with 4GB. And then here at the end here, we have a 1660 Super. This was, or is now, currently my son. He's 10 years old. This is his GPU mining rig. Well, that's what he thinks. I'm actually going to be upgrading him. I'll show you real quick. So I decided, let's get him into a server case. And you see these here? These are some of my favorite cards. These are all of the MSI Gamer X, and these are the 1660 Ti's. These are that like fighter jet looking ones. They're actually kind of dirty. They need a little love, but they light up with the RGB and everything. And I can't pull myself to get rid of these, to sell them, to box them up. I love these cards too much. They look awesome. They perform well, and I know they're a 1000 series card, but I'm going to give them a home. So we're going to take these 8, and then I think what I'm going to do is take one of the Polo Miner cases and slap them in there and surprise him, and take these and get rid of these here. So if you're interested in some of these older cards, really old cards, let me know. But I think we're going to do that for him. But what do we have in here? I'm not going to go through every card in this fleet, but what I will do is run through at a high level what some of these cards are, if you're interested. And at the end of this, I'm going to show you, I built a spreadsheet, and it's not a 𝗓𝐵𝐻𝐿𝐻 spreadsheet, but it's a spreadsheet, and it has every one of these graphics cards in it. And if you want to take a look at it, I'll put a link directly down below to it. I'll put it as the first pinned comment down below. I'd love your feedback on some of these cards. Which ones do you think I should sell right now? Which ones should I box up and sell in the next bull run? Which ones I absolutely should have mining right now? I'd love your opinion. Leave a comment down below. All right, so we'll start in the upper left-hand corner. I think that'll be easiest. The entire left-hand side here, we have all 16. Let's see, I'm looking down. These are all the 6600s. We have a number of those here, as well as some in here. We have 6600 XTs up at the top. Here's my Radeon 7. Now, this here is a Sapphire Nitro RX 580. Never mind with it. I actually bought it 2 or 3 months ago, and honestly, it's going to be a showpiece to put in my office and show off, because I love the RX 580s. I always wanted one of these blue ones during the bull run, but they were always so expensive, like $500 or more. So I was like, nope. And now I picked this one up for like $125 the other day, and I could not refuse. This guy here is actually, let's see if we can see it. This is the 6500 XT. Remember this thing? 4 gigabytes. Came out, I don't know, in the last year, maybe more. I'm going to put this in my son's gaming rig. He plays Roblox and stuff like that, so I think that's a perfect home. So 6600, 6600 XTs in here. Starting at the top over here, we have a handful of different 580s, ASRoCs, MSIs, Sapphire Pulse, and then, of course, the notorious XFX. I think I've replaced all of these fans, I'm going to be honest with you, because they look brand spanking new, and I know I've replaced a ton of the XFX ones. And then one of these here, I think it's this one, is actually not a 580. This one is a 590. Do you remember this one? It's called the Fat Boy. How many of you guys had one of these? They're awesome. 5700 XT. That's actually a newer one, got from Hawk Crypto Mining. These are mining only graphics cards. These are Sapphire Pulses, but look, there's no actual displays outputs on this thing. This is called a 𝐒𝐸𝐵𝐻. It's pretty much super similar to the 6700, just a little bit beefier. So these are mining specific graphics cards. I can't wait to get these into a rig. All right, so that's our AMD side of the track. Now we're over on the NVIDIA side. Leave a comment down below. What do you guys have more of? More AMD or more NVIDIA? Love to know. So starting up here, look at these beasts, these ROG Strix. So we have 3060s and 3060 Ti's in here. And then coming down to, remember these from like the Newegg Shuffle? This was the 𝐒𝐫𝐴 3060, and this was the 𝗟ci. Remember these, that you could get these through like the Newegg Shuffle? Yeah, I won one once. So 3060 Ti's up there. We then come down here, and these are only within the last year. These were my first 3070s. My 3060 Ti's were like my highest graphics cards for the longest time. And then starting right here and going down, these are all 3070s. These I've really liked. These Galax ones, these are awesome. Really hard to find. Not really something you see in the States, but the quality, they're heavy. You know, they're not cheap. and they run really, really well. Now a unique one in here, this PNY 3070, come here, check this out. So pretty thick, huh? Heatsink there. What do you see different? This PNY 3070 takes a 12 pin, kind of like the Founders Editions. It's really weird, huh? It's pretty cool though. Dude, these are so dirty. They've been in there mining for well over a year, all of them. White one's pretty cool. I know a bunch of other YouTubers were like super big on getting their hands on some of these white ones to do a white only rig build, but that turned out really cool. Okay, up here, last ones here, we talked about our 1660 Ti's. These guys have all been on flux. And I actually got most of these from Mr. Red Fox Crypto. I don't know if you guys remember. I'm not sure if you were part of my community or watched my channel then, but I made a road trip to Red Fox Crypto's house a few times. And one of the early times, I actually bought his 1070s and 2060s from him. So you got a few of these 1070 Ti's here, right through here, another 1070 Ti. This guy here is a little bit different. This one here is a 2060 Super. Does actually pretty good on flux. Then we have an EVGA 2060 and my only Founders Edition card here. This is the 2060. Look at this thing. My only one. I will never open this and try to clean it, but it still is in immaculate condition. Runs like no other. It's an awesome, heavy card. 1 8-pin on the back. Look at this thing. Still looks brand spanking new. That card is awesome right there. Very cool. Not sure if any of you guys have any of the Founders Edition 2060s out there. But yeah, so that's all the cards. I kind of need to figure out what I'm going to do with all of these. In the next week, I'm going to nail this down. So I'm going to have a video next week, and by then, we're going to decide. And I'd love some of your input. I'll leave the spreadsheet down below. Take a look at it. Please put your input in the comments, and by next week, we'll have these all separated out to determine what server cases they actually go in and what we're going to do with those. So comment down below. Hopefully you guys just enjoyed this talking head video, kind of reviewing, auditing my GPU mining rigs, but I'm excited. I want to add to it. So I want to sell, box, decommission some of these, and then I want to add more newer cards, more gigabytes. You know, I want to kind of set that threshold. You know, my 3070s are probably some of my threshold there when it comes down to like 8 gigabytes and stuff. You know, 3060s, okay, you got 12, but then, you know, looking at 10, 12 or bigger, especially when you're looking at things like Dynex or looking down the road at flux-proof useful work with being so VRAM heavy. Well, guys, that is going to wrap things up for today. Thank you for listening to my ramblings on. It's so much fun to get back more focused on GPU mining, because I'll be honest, right now, when you're talking about GPU mining, we're talking cents per day, you know, versus ASICs making dollars per day. But this is my bread and butter. This is what I'm most passionate about. All right, guys, leave a comment down below about any of these cards. Maybe you got some of these. I'd love to hear about you. If you're interested in seeing next week's video and what we decide to do, go ahead and click that bell, and I'll see you guys next time.